Hi folks, what's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Late night, early morning, 1:30, and I'm going to be talking about this. You can see this beautiful line right here. I have completed my line. So far, there have been 4 releases from this line of Rave Now, and today we'll be talking about Rave Now Intense, which is in the center. So previously, you guys know I reviewed and talked about initially Rave Now, and this was the originator. Fantastic pineapple blast, fruity fragrance, long lasting. Then this one came out, Rave Now White, and these are all sub brand of Lattafa. So basically Lattafa. And then recently these two came out in 2022. I wanted to get my hands on them. Not many reviews on them. Okay, I watched a few reviews, but I didn't see major reviewers talking about it. Hopefully they will soon. So the Intense and Rouge came out at the same time, and I think it big credit goes to Fragrantica Bangladesh, who are getting these fragrances very quickly, and in our country. Let's see what you get. And I know people are waiting for the reviews. I wanted to do both of them together, but I decided to do separate reviews. I want to focus on each, right? So let's talk about the Intense. This is not a very expensive fragrance. The whole line, you guys know, is affordable one, $22 in our country. Overseas, I've seen prices like 35, $40. Depends on where you live. Your taxation could be high up, but if it's more than $35, you're paying a bit much. And Lattafa is flying at this moment. I want to dedicate one video to Lattafa, just Lattafa, and tell you guys what they have been achieving and how they are dominating. Middle Eastern fragrances are dominating in current market. So the white one was fantastic, original fantastic. This one I'll talk about it, and this one I'm wearing right now for reviewing. So let's start the review. So this is how the box looks. I've seen 2 to 4 reviewers talking about it and doing maybe shorts or reels. I'm not quite sure, but I wanted to get more reviews and more idea. But anyway, I had to blind buy it. It's made in UAE, and I think the production date on this one is March 2023. I'm not sure if 2022 release. It says 2023, maybe 2023 release. They have the holographic sticker here, 100 ml. This is a pretty nice design actually at the side. It makes this it is like this texture there, Rave written, a lot of detailing. It looks nice. And then the bottle looks just like the other ones, except the fragrance says Now Intense, other side says Rave. Okay, so this is their line. The bottle is in there, and this is kind of like a plastic outer casing or something. Looks very nice. I love these bottles. Sticker says Rave, and the bottles are in shape of Dolce & Gabbana, the one line. Okay, for me that's how it looks like. Cap has some weight, I think. Metal and plastic combo, clicks onto place, you can pick up, no problem. You can see how much juice you have left in there. Atomizer works really fine. There's a little bit of gap, I don't know why here, you see. Yeah, it's okay, no problem. Sprayer, good atomizer. Doesn't go very far, but it has good distribution. I'm wearing this on my hand. Let's respray a little bit. We can talk about it. So first of all, this fragrance, it's non-expensive, not very expensive. So price range in our country is $20 to $22 maximum. I think it can go $25 depending on the seller. The concentration, let's talk about the performance, what I got from it. It's a deep concentration, but I'll tell you one thing. Maybe because of our weather right now, it's so humid and hot, even though it's a bit breezy, even if it rained last night. I mean, it was very, very stormy. I was working and I was wearing this and I was trying it. I'm like, feels nice in the rain. But when the temperature is so high, I felt the white one and this one are subpar with the performance. Okay, the original Rave Now is a beast. I'll tell you without any shadow of doubt, this is the ultimate beast, original Rave Now. This fragrance pushes a lot. And also from the same house, I think they have Qaid Al Fursam, that is also a very similar fragrance to this, and that is also pineapple bomb. You can say in line with Hachivat, Cedrat Boise, that sort of a pineapple, more like a Swiss Arabian shock, this fragrance. Okay, this similar vibe, and very juicy, fruity, all year round kind of fragrance. Even if you love Pakoraban Pure, Pakoraban Black Excess Lexi, this one gave me the vibe. So after that, this one also has good longevity, but projection wise it was a bit shy. It did not project so much. In high heat it does, but if you stay in the room, it stayed quiet for good 6 to 7 hours. This one I felt it's in that zone of 5 to 6 hours. Okay, so a little bit less than the previous two, I would say, but initial push is very good. The projection is very, very lovely. 1.5 hours it projects quite nicely. Then it will be close to the skin, and it will last decent 5 to 6 hours. Okay, so seasons to wear this all year round, but mostly I would say it's maybe summer days, warmer climate. This will be fantastic because this is a blue category fragrance, and you can see from the name it says intense, but I think it could have been named as Rave Now Blue or Ocean or something like that, because it feels that way. It's very lovely. The opening, it's reminiscent of the original in certain way, but it has different notes breakdown in Fragrantica. Let me read that. Watermelon, tangerine, cucumber. First three opening top notes. Middle notes are sage and basil. Base notes are sandalwood, cedar, and leather. So I'll tell you a few things. First of all, I did not detect much leather from it, so that is one note that's missing. And also, this one doesn't. You can say it's fruity, fresh, citrusy opening. It definitely has tangerine, they say, but I think more than tangerine and watermelon, this is more like, I don't know, some fruity notes. It's sweet fruits, citrus, yeah, maybe an watermelon accord, but tangerine not so much. It's a citrusy, lemony watermelon kind of, but it's not salty. I don't get much cucumber from it. It's a fresh blue citrusy opening, which is very nice, very bright, kind of like a drink, fizzy drink with a 7 Up or something, with a touch of maybe a blueberry or something like that because the color maybe. So it's a nice little opening. I really like the opening. It's very, very fresh. So this fragrance, people are asking me, and people comparing this with some of the Blood de Chanel and all. I felt it has a little bit of this blue fragrance vibe. It's not completely unique. In my humble opinion, this is very close to this one, Dylan Blue by Versace. But more so than that, little bit of a uniqueness in this fragrance, which is called Historic Almeda by Afnan. If you like this fragrance, you're gonna really like it. It's very similar to this and much cheaper. Historic Almeda, it's $50 plus, I think. This is gonna be half the price. So if you happen to love those Dylan Blue, Historic Almeda, and a little bit of Bleu de Chanel, Polo Blue, you're going to actually really like the opening. So the opening doesn't stay the same for very long. After 15 minutes to 20, it starts changing. It gets not incensey, but it gets little dark, tad bit dark, little more sweeter compared to the opening, less citrusy, more sweet. And I think it becomes a little bit dark, but it can be worn in summertime, daytime. But I think it would be very good if you wore this in the office scenario. I'm sorry, I'm talking a little bit weird because I bit my tongue yesterday, a really, really nasty one. I was like so distracted. Man, sorry. And then I'm talking like my tongue is a bit heavy, and it looks really bad. So I'm sorry about that. But intense now, like Rave Now Intense, it's not much intense apart from the opening 1 hour. After that, this fragrance goes very polished, very smooth, very wearable, and it goes like, you can say, a little bit of Arma of Club de Nuit iconic, similar fashion. Polo Blue, how it behaves. It's a mix of combination of it, reminiscent of many blue fragrances, even Dior Sauvage in a certain way. But it's nice. It's nice. At the heart, it gets a little bit green. That's where it's a little bit different than other blue fragrances. It's that herbaceous sage and basil quality, which is not so much. It doesn't take over the blue. The green stays just underneath the blue, and it's, in a way, you can say, fruity, fresh, blue, citrusy, green fragrance. Okay, at the base, perhaps at best, it has some woody notes, but I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be labeling this as a cedar or a sandalwood, because I'm not detecting much. At the base, it becomes kind of like a very transparent fragrance. It doesn't have that much body to it. So good longevity, not beast mode. I would say longevity and projection on this is 7.5 in the high heat, but if the weather improves, perhaps it will become 8. But it's not going to go overtake the original. Original one is very beast mode. So performance wise, solid, no problem. 7 to 7.5, I would say. And the projection is 1 hour. You can say 1 hour. Let's just be safe. 1 hour. Wear it to wear it. I think I felt it was very good for day-to-day usage. If you're on a budget, you want to get a nice smelling fragrance that is reminiscent of Dior Sauvage, Dylan Blue, this type, but you don't want to spend so much money. You just want to get one nice fragrance with a nice bottle, full 100 ml. This is going to do really good. If you go 6 to 8 sprays, I think that will be enough for it for a solid 5 hours of longevity. But I'll tell you once more, if your country is relatively cooler than ours, okay, you're gonna get better performance than what you're getting right now. Fragrance get destroyed by high heat and humidity in any situation, and fragrance, you guys know, goes bad in high heat if you keep them in a very hot place or storage. Okay, so overall I think it's a very solid release. I really like it. It's a safe one. Yesterday someone asked me, brother, is this the Rouge one is safe to blind buy? I said no, because I'll explain to you next video when I review this. This is more interesting. This one has the most interesting and unique vibes among the whole four. I'm pretty sure they're going to release more after that, but Afnan, Rave now, I think Rouge is going to be more interesting than combine all three in terms of the scent profile. It's not going to be for everybody, but it's going to be more interesting than the previous ones. These three, I mean, if you have any of these three, blind bought this by mistake, no regrets. All these three I can recommend you to blind buy and try, because these are kind of likable fragrances. Just check out my review on these. This is also very safe. So I would say safety zone wise, you are in pretty safe hands. So perhaps the uniqueness, it's where it loses mark. I would say 6 out of 10 for uniqueness. Overall, my assessment, I'm not going to give it high mark as these two, because these two I rated very highly. I would say 7.5 to 8, somewhere in between the two, not full 8. Okay, so I will wear it. I'll give it full wearing more and more. As you wear fragrance more, you get better experience. So I will do the review next on this, and I once tried them really well, I'll do like a whole line talk. Then I'll give you my final thoughts. Overall, I'll say 7.5 to 8, somewhere in between. 7.7, 7.8. It's a good release, but if you already have Dylan Blue or Historic Almeida, I think you can enjoy these. You don't need this one, like if you have those in your arsenal. But it's a nice smelling fragrance. Okay, if you are a collector, if you like these bottles and you don't have anything from this line, it's a good blind buy worthy fragrance. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Time to move on to the second video. Take care.